Good evening to everyone. Today I am going to present about the hot tensile test. Introduction. The hot tensile test is an mechanical test conducted to determine the tensile properties of a material at temperature. Unlike two conventional tensile tests performed at room temperature, this tests the behavior of material under high temperature condition. Many engineering components such as blade, boiler, engine parts and aerospace structure operate and at temperature. Therefore, it is understand how material to tensile loading under such condition. It's explained that a hot tensile test it used to find the strength and ductility of a material at high temperature. Normally, tensile tests are done at room temperature, but in many real application work under high heat condition. So, this test help us understand how material behave when temperature increase. Objective. The objective of the hot tensile test are to denote the hull strength at temperature, the determine the ultimate tensile strength, to measure percentage elongation, to study the ductility of material at high temperature. Principle of hot tensile testing. When a material is subject to high temperature, atomic vibration increase. This reduces the resistance to dislocation movement, making the material soft. As temperature increase, while strength decrease, tensile strength decrease, ductility increase. Apparatus used in hot tensile testing. First one is universal testing machine. Second one, high temperature furnace. Third one, thermal couple. Fourth one, extension meter. Fifth one, temperature control. Sixth one is standard tensile specimen. Procedure for hot tensile testing. A standard tensile testing specimen is prepared according to specifically. The specimen is fixed in the grips of the universal testing machine. The furnace is placed around the specimen and heat to the required temperature. The specimen is maintained at the desired temperature for time to ensure uniform heating. Tensile load is applied gradually until the specimen fracture. Load and engagement value are recorded. After fracture, the specimen is removed and finally measurement are taken. Now I briefly explain the procedure. First, a standard tensile specimen is prepared. Next, the specimen is placed inside the furnace attached to the testing machine. Then the specimen is heated to the required temperature and allow the reach uniform temperature. After that, tensile load is applied slowly until the specimen breaks. Finally, the readings are recorded. Observation: Held strength decrease with increase in temperature. Ultimate tensile strength decrease at higher temperature. Percentage elongation increase. The material slowly improved ductility. This shows material become more ducted high temperature. Next we are see application for hot tensile testing. The hot tensile test is widely used in hair aerospace industry, automobiles, engine components, thermal power plant, boiler and turbine, high temperature structure application. These see because their components work under high temperature condition. Next, conclusion. The hot tensile test is an important method evaluating the mechanical behavior for material at evaluate temperature. The test helps in selecting suitable materials for high temperature. Engineering application by data on strength and ductility under thermal condition. To conclude, the hot tensile test is important for understanding material behavior at elevated temperature. It helps in selecting safe and reliable materials for engineering application. Next, let's see the graph for hot tensile data. This graph shows the stress and strain behave of a material under hot tensile testing. The vertical axis represent strength in MPa and the horizontal axis represent strain. Initially, the material behave elastic and follows Hooke's law at the upper held point. Plastic deformation brings after the low held point. The material undergoes strain handling until they reach ultimate tensile strength. Beyond this point, nicking accurate and finally the material fracture. The last one is summary for hot tensile test. The hot tensile test is used to measure the strength and ductility of a short specimen at high temperature. In this test, the materials is heat and the stitched until it break. The result show that strength decrease and ductility increase as temperature rise. This test is important for selecting materials used in high temperature application like engine, turbines and boiling. This is known as hot tensile testing. That's all. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Thank you.